First Watch with Sheriff Mark Daniels on KWCD Bisbee Sierra Vista. Hosted by Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
And welcome to your Friday. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
Well, let's start with Cochise County football. It's coming up.
It is. In fact, our first game is coming up in 2 weeks. It's the ALA, the new high school out there. ALA game is August 29th, which is going to be a Thursday night. A little unique, kind of a break in there. We did that, kind of breaks the cycle. It's usually Friday night football. But they're playing the Skyline Gila River High School. Never heard of them. But ALA, that'll be the first game of their history here in Cochise County. So we thought we'd break that one open. And then the following weekend, we're at Buena High School, September 6th, with Ironwood Ridge High School. Used to be in their conference, no longer there. But, again, good way to kick in the season for an opener at Buena High School.
And busy times. So this week, let's give a shout-out. Let's kick this off with HSI. Howard Bullock actually retired. What is that?
I know. I mean, Carol, you and I have worked here a long time, and even though we're still very young.
That's right.
But you look at the fact that a lot of these people that we've grown our careers with are retiring. I mean, we're like the last of the Mohicans. I mean, when it comes to people left here. But Howard Bullock retired. He's an HSI federal agent. He was a supervisor. He was our partner. He was our partner in getting so many things done. He's also a former search and rescue member for the sheriff's office here. So Howard's been instrumental, been a friend of the sheriff's office, friend of ours for many years. And last night, he retired. So I went to his event last night and said goodbye to him. And but I wished him well. And he's not moving out of the area. He's going to do some stuff. And I saw a lot of the former federal retiree guys that used to work here were at his retirement last night. So it was kind of nice catching up. But Howard, thank you so much. I mean, thanks for the partnership. We've done a lot of good work. We really have, and we're going to miss you, but you've earned it.
And this week you spoke to the Rotary in Wilcox.
I did, and I talked to a lot of Rotaries around the county in my last 12 years as sheriff, but I don't think I've ever talked to the Wilcox Rotary. And I asked them, I said, listen, are you guys new? He said, well, kind of, Sheriff. And I said, see, I have never talked to y'all, so I'm just kind of wondering if you're new. It's a new group, and no, we're going to hit our 100th anniversary, I think, this year or first part of 2025. I go, okay, I'll eat those words. But bottom line is, yeah, they've been around for 100 years, the Wilcox Rotary Club up there. And we did it at the Wilcox Northern Community Hospital, Wilcox Hospital, make it simple. And but it was a very nice, very informal round table, and some people were on virtual. But, yeah, it was nice talking to the people up there, spend some time. And then even afterwards, I sat around and talked before I came back over to Sierra Vista. So, again, thank you to the Wilcox Rotary for the invite.
And speaking of Wilcox, just want to give a shout out to those girls softball. I tell you, they were amazing. Isn't that something? It's their home now, so we really need to give them a huge shout out and recognize their efforts.
We truly do. And I met the dad when I was calling Wilcox High School football last year, I believe it was. And so we sat and talked to him and the girls. They were there because his daughter, the McCumber daughter. And, yeah, what an amazing group of girls. I mean, from little rural Wilcox, Arizona, to take it all the way, represent the West, Arizona, then the West, all the way into their Little League Series. And so, again, congratulations. What an experience these girls would never forget.
And jumping back really quickly to the 100 years, I want everybody to realize it's 100 years of Cochise County Fair coming at the end of September.
Did we hit 100 years?
Yep, 100 years.
Wow, 100 years, the Cochise County Fair. Is that going to be the third weekend of September or the last? Do you remember?
It's the September 27th, so we'll get more information out there. We have the stage area inside of the big building again, so it's not really a stage, it's flat now.
Yeah, they took the stage out. Now people walk right to us.
That's right, so makes it much easier for everyone.
It does. I 100% agree on that, 100%. But that's really cool, 100 years. I didn't realize that either.
Tell us about the RAC meeting.
RAC, Regional Advisory Council for Arizona Homeland Security. I've sat on RAC for many years. A lot of our community leaders sit on that. And we decide what the homeland, we appropriate funds or recommend as a group funds that go to like Tucson Fire, Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Service to Police Department, all the different groups that we allocate funds to buy equipment. Usually it's equipment is the main thing we look at that helps keep our community safe. I mean, helicopter equipment, for example, is another one. And what was cool about this RAC meeting we had on Tuesday was, and we did up at Tucson Fire, was we actually were one of the organizations that got to present a special project. We had last year we got funding for a robot, and we showed video of how the robot works on a real exercise where a guy was actually shooting at us on a SWAT mission, and how the robot pretty much changed the day, because it was at a place where there was like 4 or 5 outbuildings. We didn't know when the deputies first arrived. He started shooting. We didn't know what building he was in, and the robot, it's a throw robot, a throwbot they call it. And they throw it in there, and then it just goes. And it's a tiny little thing, but the thing's really durable, and actually discovered which building he was in. Along with drone capacity on top, you got the robot on the ground, we discovered and identified which obviously we can at that time tighten up the containment on that. So again, we got to showcase it in front of all the agencies in southern Arizona and the work. But thank you to RAC, thank you to Homeland Security, and thanks for just being on it. I've been on it for many years, and it's just an honor to make sure that we're buying communication equipment, whatever it is, that we're safe here in southern Arizona.
And keeping along those same lines of some of the things that you've been working on this week, among others, is you were at Buena yesterday, and you were doing their CTE introduction, welcome, talking to the kids, and giving them an actual, pep talk boost, saying, hey, this is something that you can do if you're looking for a career, a profession, and that would be in public safety.
It is, and I'm always honored when the instructor out there in the Buena High School asked me to be there. I kick off their criminal justice program for the year, and I spend all day there. I thought it was a half a day, but it was an all-day event. So I spoke to each class for about 55 minutes. But we talked more about not just the career, but who we are as people, what law enforcement is all about, and that is helping hand for others. Deconfliction, we talked about that, and the ability to be your best friend as a young person, as an adult. Because if we can't take care of ourselves, especially in law enforcement, how do we take care of others? So we spent a lot of time on that. Passion over paycheck. I always say that. If you got a passion, let that be your career, not the paycheck be your career. We spoke about that. Just many things. And we got some, as I say, they're brilliant generation coming in. They're brilliant. So how do we embrace them? How do they embrace us? How do we fill that generation gap between us and them? But I tell you, it's refreshing to talk to our young people, bright minds out there. And so I appreciate the high school. Got to see a lot of the teachers and talk to Nicole Young, the principal out there, and Cole, the athletic director. Just seeing everybody again. So I always enjoy going to Buena High School. Got a big heart for them.
And speaking of kids who are coming up, or just people who are in the technical generation, a lot of them use social media to connect. And we just wanted to throw something out there really quickly. If you ever have a problem with the sheriff's office or something that you perceive is not being done correctly, give us a call. You can post on whoever's social media site. You can send messages to friends. People belong to groups. But if we're not out there and it's a private group, we'll never know that this is a complaint. And so please just give us a call, 520-432-9500. If it's after hours, contact your CCOM at 520-803-3550 and ask to speak to a supervisor with the sheriff's office.
Yeah, and I think it's important that we filled some void on that statement, though, because this was a posting yesterday that you and I read where an individual was very upset. He got a scam call. Now, I don't think he knew it was a scam. We thought somebody kidnapped his daughter. We've talked about this on the show. And shame on these scammers. They just go to the hearts of people to get money and greed. Well, they did this, say the daughter was kidnapped, and we need you to send so much money immediately, or bad things are going to happen to the daughter, and it's a recording. That's how sophisticated they get. They record.
And it sounds just like them.
Yes, and in an emotional call like this, it probably does even sound more real. So he called the Regional Communications Center, who said that's a scam, don't worry about it. Well, he got very upset, and we talked about it too. So I know you've addressed that with our Regional Communications Center. And yeah, we've seen a lot of these calls, but somebody that's not heard about it, that's real to them. So we apologize it didn't get to us as a deputy. A deputy never got involved in this, so we couldn't do anything about it because we didn't know anything about it because it was never dispatched to us. But let us fix those problems, and that's the point that Carol's making, is the fact that we want to fix problems, but you got to call us and tell us. You just can't get on social media and blast us. I mean, you can. You got that right. But bottom line is it's not the way to fix it. So I know you sent an email or a social media post back to him saying call us so we can explain all this. But if you're listening this morning, that is you. I mean, listen, we're all about fixing problems. We're all about betterment, but you got to communicate with us.
And speaking of starting careers, like from the high school area that you were in yesterday, tomorrow there's testing for deputies, and we've got some people that are going to be starting their careers.
We do. And tomorrow, in a partnership with Cochise College, there were 69 applicants this quarter. I think there were 7 laterals, which mean our certified officers that wanted a lateral transfer into our office. So 70-some people. So, yeah, that's tomorrow morning. And I always go out there and I welcome them to the sheriff's office, to the testing process, and hopefully within a short amount of time I will be calling them and offering them a job. That's the personal touch I put on our team members and our office. But so yeah, that's tomorrow morning. It's going to be a busy morning over at Cochise College as they go through the physical agility test, the written test, bunch of things. They'll be there till at least noon. It starts at, they got to be there at 7 in the morning. I think they get done around noon, 1 o'clock. So, but we're excited about it because our job is to recruit our community talent. If we can get our community talent on board and get them in our uniforms, we've done well. And I know every police chief, every agency, law enforcement agency is doing the same thing. It's tough competition right now. We've been very blessed that we're kind of above the fray there.
And what you're going to be doing tomorrow after that is welcoming Miss Sierra Vista Teen, working on that whole project.
It is. August has become a very busy month. Last weekend, I emceed, along with Jeff Davenport, the Real Wishes Dancing Like the Stars. And Keith liked the stars. And I told Grady last week, I said, Grady, got to get out there one of these years and do this. I'm going to get you next year.
Okay, gotcha.
So did that, a long weekend. And then tomorrow, we got rehearsal tonight. Tomorrow we got Miss Sierra Vista, Miss Teen pageant tomorrow night in contest. And so it's going to be a busy weekend. After the testing, Miss Arizona, Miss Teen will be with me for the day tomorrow, and then tomorrow night. I believe it starts at 6 or 7 tomorrow night, and that's always a great event. Bring your kids out. I mean, to see it's a competition. It truly is. They work hard. They got anxiety. They get nervous. I mean, just everything any competition would bring. So, but they do really, really well every year. The courage to get up on that stage and do what they do. So, looking forward to that tomorrow, and then the following weekend we got another event.
Yeah, we have, actually it's tonight, MAD.
Oh, MAD's tonight, yes. That's
yes.
right. We got the MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driver Awards, and 2 of our deputies are going to be recognized. Deputy Bernie Light and Deputy Nathaniel Bronstein are going to be recognized for their DUI efforts. So kudos to both of them. Thanks for all my men and women out there doing their part to make this community better and safer.
And this week we're going to tie our Stop of the Week and safety messages together because you have 2 stops of the week that will initiate 2 safety messages.
Well, that's true. In fact, there's several. It was a busy week. It was truly a busy week. I worked the road quite a bit this week. And but the first one is, this is a beautiful time of year, especially in the morning. People are walking, biking, kids getting on school buses. And this weekend, 3 days ago I think it was, here comes a car down the road running highway speeds, 53 miles an hour in a residential neighborhood. So I spin on the car, hit the lights, the car kept going, hit the siren finally, the car finally stopped, and I walked up. It was a high school student late for school, and I asked her, I said, "You're running highway speeds?" I didn't know. But the other aspect of it, I said, she was acting kind of out of it. I asked her, I said, "You all right?" "Well, I was up all night." I don't know what she was doing. It's not my business. But the reality is, I said 53 miles an hour, and you're obviously not focused on your surroundings. If you're going to drive a car, and let me just say this for all the young kids right now that are going to school, that maybe have the radio on, say, "Where's my country music? I got the sheriff instead." Come on. But actually, you're on a graduated driver's license. That's a serious offense when you're driving that. And we try to change behavior of our teenage drivers. We're not out there hammering our kids. But when you do egregious acts of going highway speeds in a residential neighborhood, you're going to get a ticket. I wrote her a ticket. I always feel bad about that because I get it. I was young. But the reality is it's got to be a wake-up call on that one. So sad to say she did get a ticket on that one.
And then another stop of the week you had involved someone swerving.
Yes. So last night about 10:30, 11 o'clock, coming back from Benson, the car in front of me, as I'm coming into Sierra Vista, is weaving all over the road, out of the lane, into the other lane. And that time of night, the first what you think is impairment. You do. I'm thinking, wow, here we go. So then the vehicle actually, as I'm tracking it, the vehicle actually was splitting the lane, which means it was splitting the middle lane. I'm like, okay, you got my attention big time now. So I hit the lights, pulled the vehicle over, walked up, and it was a teenager. 18, I think she was 18, 19 years old. And so first thing I'm thinking is impairment, where you coming from, friend's house. And so I asked her, I said, "Listen, the reason I'm stopping you is you can't stay in the lane." I said, "What's causing that?" And she goes, "Well, I can't see the lines." And I said, "I'm sorry. I mean, they're right there on Buffalo Soldier Trail. It's pretty." I said, "What do you mean by that? You can't see the lines?" and she goes, "I'm not wearing my glasses. I can't see." Well, let me help you what that means. That's bad. That's really bad. And my safety message on that is, the law requires you, if you have a corrective lens restriction, which means you got to wear contacts, eyeglasses, whatever it is, you have to wear them for a reason. You can't just say, "No, I'm not wearing them tonight." And nighttime's even harder. It doubles the problem usually. In this case, it was verified. Yeah. So we got her home. She was not impaired. But again, hopefully we saved a life there last night too on that.
Well, Sheriff Mark Daniels, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Well, thank you all. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next Friday.
And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Leanne from formerly of the city of Sierra Vista. She is actually retired, woohoo, Leanne, but she's going to talk about Relay for Life.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. It's First Watch, and it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County. And thank you so much, Leanne Schmidt, for being here to talk about Relay for Life.
Thank you so much. So nice of you to have us here today. I appreciate that very much, getting the information out to our community. This is for the Sierra Vista Relay for Life, and our event is going to be on August 24th this year. Our times are, our opening ceremony is at 2 p.m. and our event will run until 10 p.m. We would like the community to know, though, that we are starting at 12:45 with the Desert Fever Band. They will be doing 3 sets for us on that day from 12:45 to 1:45, then again at 3:30 for an hour, and then at 5:30 for 1 hour. Currently, we have 22 teams participating in our event. 146 participants. We will have close to 100 survivors this year. Our goal this year is to raise $55,000 in our community, and we have raised $32,000 plus. But I'm very pleased to let the community know that one of our top sponsors, Northrop Grumman, does do a match on our funds. So we hope that our team will be raising a lot of funds, because then those funds will be doubled, which is a really great thing, and that is from Northrop Grumman. We have some point of contacts that we would like for you to know if you need any general information. Tammy Sappho would be for our general information at 520-227-0024. Myself, Leanne Schmidt, I do handle the events for the survivors on our day and through the year, and I am at 520-249-6164. Tammy Lifa, she does the luminarias and our cans, which we do ask when you donate cans to be put in our luminaria bags that they please be dated after May 31st of 2025, because we do donate those to the food banks in town after our event. So it is a good way for us to do outreach also within our community. Heather's number is 858-226-0819. And if anybody ever needs any information in reference to Relay for Life or would like to register, we ask that they go to the 800 number. That is really the easiest way to get a hold of any information that you would like with Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society. That number is 800-227-2345. And if you press option 2, you are able to register for our Relay for Life as a participant or as a survivor. And that the times for that would be 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Arizona time. Our website is www.relayforlife.org/Sierra Vista AZ. And also we do have a Facebook page at www.facebook.com/groups/SV Relay for Life. I would like to mention some of our top sponsors for our event this year, and we absolutely could not run our event without our sponsors and all of the volunteers that we have. We used to have staff partners from Tucson, and now we actually are getting some of our information through Texas and a little bit of help through the Tucson area. Our top sponsors are Peraton, Texas Roadhouse, who does sponsor our survivor meal during the day. This year our meal will be approximately 3 to 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. We usually would have a dinner, but since our event is starting a little earlier this year, we will have our opening ceremonies at 2 p.m. After that, we will have the survivor lap, and then our survivors will have their pictures taken, and then they will come over to the survivor area, and they will have a meal with one guest that they're able to invite. Other top sponsors are Affirm Wealth Advisors, the American Legion, Post 52. We have Northrop Grumman once more. We have the Sierra Vista United Methodist Church, Sierra Vista La Salida, Del Sol Lions Club, and SSVEC. We do have other sponsors that help us with logistics. We have sponsors that will bring water to the event. They help out with equipment, and they also help us getting the word out, such as this event today. So we would also like to let everybody know that Chiricahua Strong Outreach Team will be providing wellness checks, assessment of vital signs, and they will be doing flu vaccination for adults and children. These services are provided free of charge. No insurance information is required, but a consent form will need to be signed. The mission of Relay for Life is to raise funds to improve cancer survival, decrease the incidence of cancer, and improve the quality of life for cancer patients and their caretakers. The American Cancer Society's vision is to end cancer as we know it for everyone. Our theme this year is Decades of Hope. So we're hoping that participants and survivors that come out would like to possibly dress in their favorite decade. Mine would be the 70s, so I'm going to try to be all decked out in some bright colors and have lots of fun for the event. Although every Relay for Life event embraces the uniqueness of the home community, every event includes the same 4 signature elements: a celebration of cancer survivors, a celebration of their caregivers, a luminaria ceremony, which those luminaria bags for those that we honor and that we memorialize, they are put around the track and lit up during the evening, and it's quite an awesome little ceremony that we have, and it's always moving, and people walk away from it with just a little bit different sense of Relay for Life, and that we are trying to fight back against cancer every day. The funds raised will be used to improve the lives of people with cancer and their families through advocacy, research, patient support, and to assure everyone has an opportunity to prevent, detect, treat, and survive cancer. What is Relay for Life, you say? Relay for Life is a team fundraising cancer walk event where teams take turns walking around the track or the designated path. Each event is 6 to 24 hours in length, and each team is asked to have a member on the track at all times. Cancer patients don't stop because they're tired or for one night, neither do we. Our event used to be a 24-hour event. We have shortened it up a little bit, and our event does run from 2 to 10 p.m. on the day of August 24th. And why is the color purple so important to Relay? Each type of cancer has its own designated color, but purple is the color of Relay for Life, which represents all types of cancers. Purple symbolizes hope, and that is our theme for this year is Decades of Hope. What do you do at Relay for Life? In the event, participants of all ages gather at a community space. It will be at Veterans Memorial Park this year again, and they take turns walking around the track to symbolize and the perseverance and action needed to change the future of cancer. What do the teams do at Relay for Life? Well, we will have our Desert Fever Band 3 times during the day. All of our participants are also raising funds at Relay for Life, as well as walking around the track to also network with other survivors and other participants. Each of the team members is asked to raise $100 minimum, and they get a t-shirt that symbolizes that they were a part of our Relay for Life. Cancer never sleeps, so our teams and our representatives are walking the track with other people that are also supporting the event in the same way. So we hope that you might be able to come out and join us in our event August 24th. That's Saturday, a week from tomorrow, at Veterans Memorial Park. We do have flyers and posters up around town letting people know of the times and of the event and where the place of the event. We're hoping to reach our goal of $55,000. Last year our goal was $50,000 and we raised just at $65,000. So I'm really proud to be a part of this organization. This is my 26th year doing Relay for Life, and it has just become a passion of mine, helping people and helping cancer survivors, and also for us all to remember those that we have lost to this disease. And I also want to make sure that all of those people know that they are not alone in their fight for cancer. And that is where we come together to network and to show others that they're not alone in their battle against cancer.
So remind us one more time about where we can register for the Relay for Life.
Sure. The best way to register for Relay for Life is to go to the 800 number, 227-2345, option 2, and that would be from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Arizona time. Or you can also go to the website, which is www.relayforlife.org/Sierra Vista AZ. And then we also have a Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/groups/SV Relay for Life. Also on our, if you look at the website, you are able to see the top teams, the top participants, and sponsors on that event. Also, you can see the different fundraising events that our participants have. And also, you are able to go in, if you're doing fundraising, you are able to see the different items that some of your fundraising would be able to get you if you're interested in that also. We all like to wear our shirts around town. We all like to advertise for Relay for Life. And it has been in our community for a very long time. This event actually started in Tacoma, Washington in 1985 by Dr. Gordy Klatt, who started off as one man raising a lot of money, and then it has branched out, and now our event is international. But we are proud in Sierra Vista to involve the communities around us as well as Sierra Vista. This is just not a Sierra Vista event. This is a Cochise County event. This is an Arizona event, a national event, and it also is international. So please come out and join us August 24th. Again, our Desert Fever Band is going to be starting at 12:45 for an hour. After that, we will have the American Legion Riders, along with the Tombstone Legion Riders, the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, and the Black Horse Regiment will be riding in right prior to our event at 2 o'clock. And then we will have the mayor, we will have our opening ceremony, and then following that we will have our survivor lap, and then we will have our photo of all our survivors, and then after that we will have a meal for our survivors and a guest. And out throughout the day we will have themed laps. We will also have our Luminaria ceremony. We will have some special performers. Later in the evening we will have our Mr. Relay competition, which is a very fun event that does attract a large crowd and is quite fun during the night, where we have people, usually men, that dress up with dresses on, and we will have also our Frozen t-shirt contest, which has been a big hit with both the children and the adults over the past few years, and I look forward to that. So please join us out at the park and come and support our event, whether you walk, donate, or just come to bring a chair and watch the event. We appreciate all the community support that we can get. Thank you so much.
Well, we thank you for coming and talking to us about Relay for Life. And Carol, who do we have coming in next?
We have Corporal Scott Borgstadt from Sierra Vista Police Department.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County, and thank you so much, Corporal Scott Borgstadt from Sierra Vista Police, for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're going to talk to us about all kinds of fun stuff going in the city of Sierra Vista that the Sierra Vista Police Department are spearheading and or making happen.
Yeah, actually tomorrow, we talked about this last week. It's great. We're going to have Coffee with a Cop over at Target. This starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and goes till 10. We'll have several officers there to include the Chief of Police, Chris Heiser. So if you want to come over and talk to us, discuss any issues that you may have or just want to, talk about things that are going on in the community, come on over. It'll be a nice casual setting and we'll have some fun and some coffee.
You guys also had a Tip-A-Cop that just happened.
Oh, yeah, Tip-A-Cop. Yeah, we had that this past Tuesday. Now, for those that don't know, Tip-A-Cop is an event that we've been holding for a number of years. We do a couple of them a year, and this one was at Vinnie's. And it's basically where people come in and order their pizza and then tip us for waiting tables, clearing food, bringing your food out, and all that type of stuff. Vinnie's is also great because they kick in some of their proceeds for the night for the event. And this year it was fantastic. We raised over $5,200 from donations and what Vinnie's gave us as far as the proceeds. It was a great event. A lot of pizza, going in and out of there, I got to give a shout out to the folks at Vinnie's. Okay, when you come into Vinnie's, they got that line. You place your order. You see a couple people up there taking your order. You see 3, 4, maybe 5 people making pizzas and all that type of stuff. But what I got to give a shout out to are the folks that you don't see behind the scenes. We clean up the tables and we take the dishes and stuff back there. There is such a crew back there that are washing dishes, messing with the trash. Other folks that are doing prep for the pizzas, putting the dough in the pan and all that type of stuff. Those folks are working, and they're working hard. So I really want to give a shout out to those folks. They did an amazing job. And again, thank you to everyone that came in. $5,200+ is fantastic to go to Special Olympics to help send these folks to, their various events throughout the state.
And speaking of Special Olympics, you have an event coming up in October that helps Special Olympics too. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's the a Bearcat Pull. This will be the 18th year that we've done the Bearcat Pull, which is amazing. Now, the Bearcat is a 17,000-pound armored vehicle that normally we use for SWAT missions and stuff, and we attach a big rope to it and put it in neutral, and then folks have to pull it a certain distance, and of course the fastest times win. This year they're doing something a little bit different too. They're actually going to have a 46,000-pound fire truck from Sierra Vista Fire and Medical Services, so we'll have that aspect of it as well. Bam Bam Barbecue is going to be there. They're going to have drinks available and burritos. A DJ service that's coming in, and the note that I have here is, if your team has a specific theme to get you pumped up, let us know, and the DJ will try and get that played while you guys are pulling on that Bearcat. Registration opens up August 19th. It closes on the 20th. You must register before the 20th to have your registration fee cover your T-shirts. And I also have a note here, the Sierra Vista Police Department Women Enforcers, the female team for the Sierra Vista Enforcers, fully intend to hang on to their first place spot on the women's division. So a challenge to any folks or any women that want to put a team together and challenge the Sierra Vista Police Department Women Enforcers, bring it on.
Hey, they can do it too.
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. It's held at Veterans Memorial Park. The times for it, let me pull it up here. Registration, the day of the event, registration begins at 8 a.m. They start the poll shortly after that. The event is actually October 13th. We start pulling at 9 a.m., and it's at Veterans Memorial Park.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is. It's going to be a great day.
All right, now before you go, we have to ask you, when's the next time you're going to put out one of your traffic question videos? Everybody loves those.
Those are usually coming out on Wednesdays, I do believe.
Okay.
Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Okay.
They should have that coming out, or it did come out this week. Yeah, those have been a lot of fun. We're going to continue with that. We're working on adding a new aspect to it too, and have animal control get involved in it. But that's kind of down the road just a little bit.
Well, everybody loves those. So keep
Thank
up
you.
the good work on those. That's fun.
Appreciate that.
Well, Corporal Borgstadt, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
You bet. Have a safe day.
And Carol, how do they get hold of us at the Sheriff's Office?
Reach out to give us a call, 520-432-9500. Check out our social media on our Facebook, Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels. That'll lead you to our Instagram and our X accounts. And if you need anything else, just shoot us an email at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. Excuse me, that's our webpage. Our email can be reached at, again, ccappus@cochise.az.gov or shrrecords@cochise.az.gov.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Keep up to date. Follow the Cochise County Sheriff's Office on Facebook. And tune in next Friday, 7 a.m. for First Watch right here on KWCD.